Yes, welcome to Love Them Knives channel. Here you are, and here I am, and here this knife is. This knife showed up from We Knives, from the USA rep Ulrich. He's got a YouTube channel, by the way, with the Apex News, so you need to tune in and listen to all the knife news, gossip, and, all that kind of stuff he can tell you about, what's coming down the pike, controversies, craziness, and maybe new knife products that are coming out. This one's still drying out because I squirted it with some Windex before I started the video because I've been flipping it a bunch. It's a great flipper toy. The Bullit, Ulrich Hennicke, if you didn't know by looking at the title. This is the 806A. A for blue, apparently. Whatever A is supposed to be. Okay, it's got this unique pocket clip. The little roller rolling around. Rolling. There you go. Rawhide. And there's your lockup. About 30% maybe. 25 to 30, somewhere in there. Great little flipper toy, though. Ulrich Hennicke. Also well known for doing some Kaiser stuff with the T1 and the Sea Lion. Yeah, hold on. I'll prove you to it. There you go. There's the Sea Lion, Ulrich Hennicke. I have this knife in my drawer of knives that I'd rather not sell unless it's an emergency. We're always waiting for an emergency. And I got this one for under $100, so, it was a great deal. That knife there is an awesome, awesome knife. Awesome knife, okay? Should have brought it out for my review. The T1 I've had in my hands, and then I got one that Blades We Love had smothered up with crazy colors on it. T1, awesome. Awesome knife, great knife, super smooth action, really, really cool. Then you've got the Bullit with We Knives instead of Kaiser, and this one is butt ugly. I mean, it's butt ugly, right? $242, not 175 like my Sea Lion by the time it was under 100, and then the T1. Yeah, 175 as well. Smaller knives, but way better. Way better as far as design. Now, this has got great action. And of course, We Knives has ceramic bearings, ceramic detent. This action on this knife is really, really smooth. Actually, if you look at the flow of this design, it flows. Okay, you don't see the back of the blade here like some crazy knives do, and I can't show you any that are like that because I don't have one in front of me. Because I don't have knives like that. If I had my stupid little, there you go, like my holdout. See the back of the blade? Yeah, you're running that. But this one, no, it's all smooth. Everything in fluid lines. So from that perspective, okay. I should have done a better job or Windexing this thing because you got places that are not so lovely. But in any case, and a satin, like a hand rubbed satin blade, which I wiped down with my Windex towel, so now it's kind of streaky, but you can kind of see the very smooth. It's not a real obvious satin grind like this is. See, it's a real obvious satin grind. But this is not. So this is hand rubbed or whatever. So maybe that's part of because it's S35VN, so it's not exactly M390 at the $240, $250 range. You got a backspacer, which is nice. It's not exactly, machined up and fancy or, any kind of real design stuff there. but it fits fine. And you got blue anodized screws, blue blue anodized titanium screws, blue anodized titanium, pivot collar, that kind of thing. And, you've got Torx availability. It's not the proprietary hardware they used in earlier models. Obviously the lock bar has an insert in it with a detent ball. If you can see the insert that they've put in there. And then also they have weight relieved underneath the scales on the top and the bottom significantly, okay? So that's just an extra touch of taking unnecessary weight out of this knife. 3.5 inch, did you see when 3.5 inch blade, 8.25 overall, so same size as a paramilitary 2, S35VN, satin, and up here they're saying hand satin, okay? There you go. Handle length 4.75, 4.65 ounces, which is pretty light for a knife this size. It's great action. It really is. The ergos are pretty good. They're pretty good on this knife. Not bad at all. But what? This is weird. This flipper tab comes clear down here, even way below this choil area, which it could be flush with that probably. And then it comes up and you got this little teeny of a nothing for a sharpening choil, I guess. And then this blade just seems like it needs to be deeper, taller. It just seems odd. I don't know. I don't know. I just look at it and I'm going, I don't get it. It's very flat. It's not really contoured. It's beveled around these corners, but it's not contoured like the Sea Lion is, or I think the T1 as well. And then it's very flat and geometric looking in a way. And then you do have these lines, but it's this blade thing. It's like this needs to be a little deeper or something. I'm not feeling this blade thing. It's not going to be a piercing champion. Slicing, yeah, if you could make contact with anything with that flipper tab being way down there, which makes you think, well, how high is it in relation to the knife? Not too bad. It's not horrible, but it's not, might have been able to take a little bit off of there, but it's very intuitive. It's very intuitive. Let's see. Okay, so it's about a 5.5, maybe detent wise. 5.5, right in there with most other flipper knives I've reviewed. Not that, outstandingly strong, which is fine, because, a lot of knives, though, will have a thumb stud or a cutaway or something where you can middle finger flick it, and so you don't want a really hard detent. In this case, this is your only way of opening this knife, basically. You can do that, but that's it. So, I'm just not feeling this one at all. Sorry, this is the first knife I get in my rotation from Zell, right? And I'm crushing it, but I'm just not feeling this one at all. Just not. 3.5 inches, 90 millimeters, maybe a little bit more than that, depending on where you throw this ruler down. Really your cutting edge is 3.5 truly, and then beyond that, you could try and say 3 5/8, whatever, maybe 92 or 3 millimeter, and then overall, 8.25. There you go. Just shy of 21 centimeters. So if you got the paramilitary 2, you've got a knife that's the exact same size. The exact same size. Yeah, boy. Like, here's a little smaller, this is the mini cut jack. So you can see the difference there. Full-size bench-made grip. About the same size. Just about the same size. The grip may be, I think the grip is just about 8 even, so might be about a 1/4 inch difference between the two. Gripster, you're out of here. And yes, it's great action though. I mean, it's really fluid. This thing is a real flipper toy. It's just, to me, it's an ugly flipper toy. It's a $242 flipper toy. And pocket clip, I can live without that roller deal. I know, I mean, I think I saw somebody do this with it, you know, like you can, say, roll it under. Isn't that lovely? Yes, it is. Oh, by the way, now that we got paper out here. Okay. It cuts paper. That'll work. I mean, it's sharp and everything. Comes in a just very plain looking box. It's upside down here. And there's your pouch. Wee knives. And in case you haven't ever got a wee knife before. And there's your plastic that the knife comes in. There's your paperwork here. And there's your microfiber cloth. And you have a pouch here. And you have a pouch here. So you could put 2 knives in there if you wanted. Or a knife and other kind of gear. So that's cool. You know? And the whole thing slides in. This little behemoth. That kind of deal. So overall, you know, very EDC-able type knife. Let's go to confirming the weight here. Make sure we're good with that. Ounces, is it under 5? It's 4.65, yeah, so we got that one right. 131, 132 grams. Okay. That works. Not bad. It feels structurally really tough, really strong. This big backspacer coming through here. Even with the backspacer being at 4.6 ounces is pretty impressive. Yeah. Now, check out a couple of things. How fat is it? Well, it's about 12.7 millimeters, right at a 1/2 inch. Fairly typical for EDC. And 0.15, 4 millimeter. 4 millimeter blade stock, about typical for wee knives. S35 VN, $242. I don't know. You know, the ergos are okay. You can't really go forward here. Got a really teeny little choil. This blade feels like it needs to come down and fill out. I don't know. It just seems a little strange in comparison to this bolster area. I don't know. Maybe not. But it's just not, it's not striking my fancy at all. It's just one, I mean, this would be about the last wee knife. And I love the T1 and the Sea Lion. Awesome. And of course they make a Sea Lion and a fixed blade as well. Kaiser does. But I'm just, wow. No, I'm just not feeling it. Not at all. That's the way she goes. I mean, nice hand rub finish on this blade. And it's sharp. And, you know, the fit and finish is really good. They've broken all the edges here. It's really nice. Of course, this looks like stone washed underneath. So, you know, very smooth in all respects. Well built, solid knife. No question about it. It's a wee knife, and they do a really great job, obviously. And it's centered up, no lock rock, no blade play, but no. I'm done. Hey, Flanagan, Finian, what do you think? We're going to flash out. We're going to flash out. We'll let this one go to the next reviewer and say goodbye to this particular bullet. We're going to bite the bullet, right, boys? Yes, we are. We're going to bite the bullet. Get out of here. Hey, we'll be back with another knife review, and hopefully it's something we like better than this one. That's why I didn't buy this when I first saw it, that it came out. It was like, nah, but they had some others that were beautiful that I'd seen at the Blade Show and the European one, and so, yeah, definitely loving those. Take care, my friends. Hey, you know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.